changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I get the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your
Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Scottis.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and LandLord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat Dak. And we ain't scared of running. So only one team over here is Cowboys, believe it. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and LandLord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L. All day, every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And look, man, it's been a long time coming, but we back in full effect, man. Cowboys Uncut, the most unfiltered, ratchetest, nefarious Cowboys content in America, man. Right at the very bottom, reporting live from hell itself amongst the fire and brimstone, we have LandLord from Alabama. And then in the middle, resurrected, my brother, my big cousin, the Kanye. We ain't gonna call you Kanye no more. He been saying crazy shit since you been gone. You are somebody else entirely now. Yeah, you are somebody else entirely now. We got West Coast Cowboy in the building, man. How you living?
What it do, man? You already know what it is. It's your boy West Coast, man. I got my dogs and my laundry in the background, man. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, we thugging. So hey, man, we got a lot to talk about, man, cause y'all haven't heard from Cowboys Uncut, the collective, about this draft yet. So the draft just happened. We got wide receiver news happening in Dallas. So we're going to talk about all that, man. We're going to give our honest opinions about the Dallas Cowboys 2025 draft. And we're going to talk about all this rumor and talk around the wide receiver room going on in Dallas right now. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, man, I need everybody to hit that like button. I need everybody to hit that share button. If you're in striking distance of an Eagles fan, I need you to slap the shit out of them. And I also need you to slap those cash apps. $sign Henny the Moore. $sign West Coast 08. 1626. $LandLord 723. Hit those cash apps, please, and help support the liquor store, the trap, and West Coastamine, man. But yeah, man, let's start with it, man. Let's start with the draft to get it out the way. So, do y'all want to go player for player? Or do you want to go overall draft?
I want to talk about Cooper first, and then can we get to the rest of the draft? To the draft.
That's where you want to start. I'm not mad at you. We'll start with Amari Cooper.
Yeah, let's get this Cooper stuff out of the way real quick.
Bet. So, let's start with it. So, shout out to Nick Harris, man. So, Nick Harris reported that there was a potential reunion with wide receiver Amari Cooper in the works with the Dallas Cowboys right now, man. So, they are saying that they're having internal talks. He's an option. It might actually happen. The reason I know it might actually happen is Jane has been pissing all on my parade every time good news comes out of Dallas. She always comes out and say, nah, that ain't happening. I heard this, and this, and she's been right every single time so far this off season. But what she actually did was confirm it. She actually said Amari Cooper absolutely is being discussed internally, but I'm told by a source informed other wide receivers being discussed as well, and nothing definitive or happening just yet. So they are talking about Amari Cooper, but they're also talking about other wide receivers. So go ahead. I'm going to say, what are your thoughts?
That last sentence, that's what concerns me, because it's always like that with us. You know what I'm saying? Nothing definitive happened yet. Why not? But at least something noteworthy, you know what I'm saying, to give me some hope that we close. But I wanted to touch on this Cooper stuff while it was still fresh on my mind. I just got finished watching some of his tape. And I ain't gonna hold you, like when we talked earlier here, I was just angry. You know, I'm like, I said, forget Cooper, forget everybody. Like, I'm still angry because we didn't take, I ain't gonna say we didn't draft a weapon. I'm gonna say we didn't take drafting or acquiring weapons seriously at all. That's what it looks like to me. That's what's insulting about it. But let me continue. When I checked Amari Cooper out, I'm gonna be real with you. I wasn't expecting to see the same old Cooper that we know and love, but I did see glimpses of that Cooper. But something else I seen Cooper dropping the ball uncharacteristically. But I think what it is, it might be two problems. One, Deshaun Watson was absolutely horrible. I'm telling you straight up, like, as a wide receiver, looking at the way that Deshaun Watson was playing, you can't trust nothing about him. So when Coop coming out of his breaks, he looking like, what the ball finna be? Like, I swear to God, like, y'all gotta go check him out. Like, Coop don't know if the ball finna be high, behind, low. You don't know what the ball finna be. So that's gonna contribute to some of your drops. So their chemistry was off real bad. Like, I was getting frustrated just looking at the tape. As a wide receiver, like, I want to slap that boy. Like, after a while, you just like, man, look, bro, I'm not out here running for cardio. I'm trying to be productive. So Deshaun Watson was just god awful. I'm going to tell y'all straight up. And then, you know, when he got to Buffalo, he didn't have enough time to really get acclimated with Josh Allen like that or incorporated into the offense for real. So I'm going to tell you straight up, I can't say Amari Cooper is Amari Cooper, but from what I've seen, I feel like it's going to be some inconsistencies in there. So that right there let me feel like he could definitely be a number 2, though. And I feel good about it. I ain't think I could feel good about it because I'm like, man, he old, he done been hurt, and he probably just watched. But no, that ain't what the film say. I still see Amari Cooper cooking people. I seen him cooking, he cooked a couple of dudes from Philly that game. And that was, and you know, them some of the best corners out there. Mm-hmm. Like, Philly got some dope corners right now. And he was being not productive, but he was getting open on them. So, I mean, you can't just look at the stats and say, okay, this is him and this is that. But I think you really need to evaluate what he actually doing, even if he's not targeting. So I'm going to just say, I'll state my case. I would take Amari Cooper for a wide receiver 2. and he's far head and shoulders above anybody we got on this roster outside of CeeDee Lamb.
Okay. So, Wes, what are your thoughts about a possible reunion with Amari Cooper?
What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast, man. A lot of y'all thought I had retired from the game. I ain't gonna lie, I did, low key. But they brought me back, man. They brought me back. Hey, TJ, go give me your hat, please. Run the damn ball, please. Yeah, man. They brought me back. Yeah, they brought me back, man. They brought me back. You know what I'm saying? But I say, like, this is what I say. Well, I think bringing this is my thing. If the Cowboys can get over the personal reasons of why they let him go in the first place, then I'm all for it, man. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with Amari Cooper coming back. I had a problem with Amari Cooper leaving, to be honest with you. So I definitely ain't got no problem with him coming back. But, as far as to the drops, who led the league in drops last year? His teammate, Jerry Jeudy. And I'm going to tell you this. Now, think about this, right? Jerry Jeudy played in. Hey, can you turn the music down just a little bit for me?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
All right, let's see. All right, so Jerry, listen to this. I want to see if y'all can catch this. I'm gonna see if y'all can catch this, right? Mm-hmm. Jerry Jeudy, Cleveland. I'm gonna just name my rate off these names: Cleveland, Buffalo, Cleveland, Cortland Sutherland, Denver, Jamar Chase, Cincinnati, Jalen Reed, Green Bay, Malik Neighbors, New York Giants. Those are your top 6 drop guys last year. 1, 2, 3, 6. Does anybody recognize anything that's a common thread in that?
They all got bad quarterback play.
Nah,
I was gonna say they're 1,000-yard receivers, aren't they? They like.
No, I was gonna say something even more basic, man. They all played outside in some cold ass weather. What you talking about?
Yep,
Cleveland cold in the mug. Buffalo cold in the mug. And he also played in Cleveland. Denver cold in the mug. Jamar Chase, Cincinnati outside cold in the mug. You know what I mean? Jalen Reed, Green Bay, cold in the mug outside.
I didn't know you said all them things. I thought you said the Giants and
the Giants, the New York Giants,
and the Cleveland.
Play outside. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, when you play in New York, when you play in Green Bay, when you play in Cincinnati, when you play in Denver, when you play in Buffalo, Cincinnati, man, you're going to have to deal with stuff that folks they ain't gonna have to deal with. And what is that? That is some inclement weather. You're going to have about 5 games there. It's going to be cold outside, bruh. It's going to be cold outside, bruh.
That's a great point right there.
It's going to be raining. So it's like, to be honest with you, I think Denver had a somewhat decent quarterback, and I think Jordan Love is a somewhat decent quarterback, but he still had the number 5 drop guy in the NFL last year. Why? Because, man, listen to me, them cold footballs is cold, exactly what they are. It's like catching bricks. You know what I'm saying?
If your quarterback got a cannon, it's even worse.
November, December, man, them balls get hard and they get cold. You dig? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to make no excuse, but that is something that looks pretty obvious. There's the top 6 dudes that dropped footballs last year all played outside in some bad, you know what I'm saying, in some places where they had really bad weather for half the season. So, I could definitely accredit that to a little bit of something. But, man, listen to me. We don't play in a league where you can't drop the football because, we play in a league where if you catch the football, they're going to be okay. Nobody knew that Jamar Chase was the led the league in 4th in drops. Nobody knew that. Nobody really paid attention to that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like as long as your catches overshine your drops, you fine. Jamar Chase had 10 drops last year. Amari Cooper had 12. You know what I'm saying? But Jamar Chase is the highest paid football, the highest paid wide receiver in football too. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know Coop dropped numbers at all.
Yeah, Amari Cooper was 2.
I was just reacting to what I seen on film.
He was 2.
But that's interesting, though. He was dropping the ball at a long
And I'm going to tell you something else, too, to support your claim about the quarterbacks being bad. Amari Cooper only had 56 catchable targets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bruh, that's crazy, bruh.
And believe it or not, Cooper was still cooking people. I ain't going to hold you. He looked a little slower, but I did see him show some bursts, too. So it just depends on, I don't know. I feel like if it's going to be inconsistent, I think he'll probably be a dope number 2.
He'll be a
and then, some people don't be interested in playing for Cleveland either. Like, I think Amari got like ADD or something. Because he didn't want to play with the Raiders after a while, too. He just get out of it. But, coming to Dallas, you're going to be on Front Street. This is a legacy team. Like, you can't play around with us. You got to give us your all.
Primetime games every other.
Yeah. Coop gonna be ready to perform, bro.
Oh, that's my guy right here, man. Hold on. Matter of fact, man. Hey, DJ, I see you. I'm finna go sub to your channel, man. Hey, that's the homie from back home, man. He went to First St. James with us.
Okay, what's up with you, man? Hey, the doors of the church are open.
Yeah, man. But matter of fact, DJ, I'm finna go in here and sub up to your stuff, man.
Somebody said AJ Brown never drops football. That's not true. I don't want to get into it, but that's not true.
Everybody drops the football.
What is you talking about? Everybody drops the football. And everybody drops the football at least 7 times a season. So the numbers say.
All right. Cuz I subbed up to you, man. I subbed up to you, man. And hey, if you need anything, you let me know, brother.
And I'll say this.
Unless it's money because we show.
Yeah. With Coop coming back, I feel like it'll be instant chemistry too. Him and Dak gonna start hitting the ground running like they did when he first came around. So that's something you wouldn't have to worry about. He's instantly an upgrade over all the other receivers. But I think I pretty much spoke my piece on that. Y'all got something on it, or we can move to the draft.
I ain't said nothing about Amari Cooper yet, so I'm gonna get mine off real quick. So my only criteria to want a player is if he's better than the wide receivers that we got. And really though, dog, I think we got to spend a little bit more time talking about wide receiver 2. Because me and you had this conversation on the phone, landlord. And Wes, I'm gonna include you in on this one. And it's gonna be a very simple exercise. Name the team in the National Football League where Jalen Tolbert or John Domingo would be wide receiver 2, based on the current rosters that the other guys have.
The Cleveland Browns after Amari Cooper got traded and Jerry Jeudy was not really doing his job.
Shit,
Jerry Jeudy was.
was.
I don't know what you're talking about. Jerry Jeudy was.
Oh my God, he's from Alabama. My bad.
That's my guy though. That's my guy.
Bad example, bro. Bad example.
I went against Steve Smith by Jerry Jeudy. So
Bad example.
I ain't playing around about my guy.
That man flash. That nigga finna shoot me. I said I'm making wrong moves over with.
Bad example. My bad.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy.
You gotta see when I be shitting on Bryce Young. That man be want to come through the phone.
Bryce my favorite QB out of Alabama, so leave him alone.
Oh
leave
man.
Him alone.
All right, but yeah, it's not. If there are any teams, it's not very many. Because when you just go through the list of teams and what they have, we know it wouldn't be Miami. You know it wouldn't be the Bengals. You know it wouldn't be the Steelers. You know it wouldn't be probably wouldn't even be any team in the NFC East. Like,
hold on, let me say this real quick. I'm sorry. I just want people to know because I be wanting them boys to be held accountable like us. Steve Smith said Jerry Jeudy cannot play football. I want y'all to know that. That's what he said. Jerry Jeudy came back and had 1,200 yards. That's all. I just want to put that out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Talking about, Steve Smith's one of them dudes that he worked really hard to get in the NFL, not to get in the NFL, to be good at what he does. So in his mind, it's hard for him to fathom if someone else is working as hard as him. You know what I'm saying? He just need to go sit on his hands somewhere. That's it.
Man, I came back and said, I stood on that ASAP. As soon as he said, BS, I ain't with it. We ain't going. That's why you got to have your own opinion. I value their opinions. You know, he done been there and done that, so I value his opinion. But that don't mean I got to be a sheep. I got my own eyes. I know football myself, so I strongly disagree with that. But
my boy said the Cardinals. Hell no. The Cardinals got all kinds of weapons over there.
The Cardinals loaded, man. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. Who else?
Mm-hmm. Let me go look at the Cardinals roster right now. Hold on.
I mean, I don't know if Jeudy struggled before that. He was in Denver, and they were struggling to find out who was going to throw him the football in the cold weather. You remember, he also played for a team that started a wide receiver at quarterback for a game. So
I remember that shit. That shit was crazy.
Literally.
And the NFL had no problem with it.
Nah, they couldn't be because they got Zay Jones, they got Xavier Weaver, they got Marvin Harrison Jr. Michael Wilson is a proven wide receiver right now because he cooked us, so I can't say nothing about him. So I don't believe that they could. go over there and be wide receiver 2?
All right, let's go down like you did me. You gonna go down the list?
The list. All right. Cause we comparing wide receiver 2s, right? Just everybody's wide receiver 2. So let's start with Cincinnati. Is either one of them better than T. Higgins?
No.
All right. Either one of them better than George Pickens with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No.
Better than I'm trying to stay in that division. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check. I really am gonna check Cleveland right now because I don't know who their number 2 is anymore. They might be able to play beside Jerry Jeudy. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what they did last year.
The Colts is loaded, brother man.
Yeah.
The Colts loaded. They got all kind of wide receivers over there. They got Josh Downs. They got Alex Pierce. They got A.D. Mitchell from Texas last year. Them boys loaded that receiver. They probably got somebody else I'm forgetting. Then they just dropped. Let me see. The Colts loaded at wide receiver.
Yeah, because remember they got Josh Downs.
They got Josh Downs and somebody else. And
Alex Pierce, big white boy.
Yeah, and he hooping. Yeah. And Michael Pittman too, ain't it?
Yeah, Michael Pittman over there. Michael Pittman is number 1. So
they got everybody over there.
So you talk about the Colts, they damn sure ain't better than Josh Downs. Nobody on the team not named CeeDee Lamb is better than Josh Downs.
Man, them boys hooping over there. The Colts got all kinds of, they collecting receivers. We need to call them, to be honest.
We need to call the Houston Texans. They got like 99 wide receivers. Like this is a time.
Dale don't count because he might not be able to play though.
He might not be able to play, but they drafted 2 of the top 10 wide receivers in this draft. They spent a 2nd round pick on a wide receiver and a 3rd round pick on a wide receiver.
Who they got?
Yeah, that lets me know that Dale.
He ain't playing this year.
He may not play this year.
Who they got?
They got Remember, the Texans got Jaden Higgins, and they also got Jalen Noel, both the wide receivers from Iowa State.
Yeah, you told me they cut up with that.
They got both of them. And just in case you're wondering, both of those wide receivers went over 1,100 yards last year on the same damn team.
And they gonna come over there together. That's crazy.
With a pretty decent quarterback, like C.J. Stroud has been a pretty good pro since he's been in the National Football League, Rookie of the Year, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, C.J. You know we like C.J. I like him.
So that's just my point, man. It's like there's not really many teams where you can just definitively say that the guys that we are betting on could go over there and succeed. So that's my issue with the shit. Like you have to do something to improve your wide receiver, your wide receiver room. That's all I'm trying to say. So, and this is where I'm at with it. Amari Cooper may not be my first choice because I heard they were thinking about trading for George Pickens. I heard they were thinking about trying to make a trade to acquire a young up-and-coming wide receiver. If we can't get that done, I'm not going to cry about Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Because he's better than what we got, and I'm going to be grateful for it. Now, it's only going to solve shit for a year. You got to get right back in the draft and figure it out. But I wouldn't mind a short-term reunion. I mean, we damn sure know it ain't the Bears. They just got Roma Dunze. They traded for DJ Moore, and then they picked up Luther Burden, who should have been a first-round pick this year. So we know it ain't the Bears. The Bears probably got one of the better wide receiving cores in the NFC on paper.
I mean, I say it like this, man. Cowboys just need to go get a guy that can get you 700 yards, bro. Go get 700 yards, and instead of calling everybody else, call CeeDee Lamb and tell CeeDee Lamb, hey, your black ass had better be a $35 million receiver this year. You feel me? Because listen to me, like, all this weapon talk, and what it really need to be, the conversation really need to be is, man, that $35 million receiver needs to be a $35 million receiver. Now, I'm not saying that because I haven't seen CeeDee Lamb do it, because I have CeeDee Lamb see what he's doing, and he was injured a lot last year. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you this right here. People don't talk so much about your number 2 receiver when your number 1 receiver is being a number 1 at all times. So it's like CeeDee Lamb continue to do his, because I'm gonna tell you, if CeeDee Lamb is doing his number one thing and he's commanding double teams, you can almost put anybody at the number two, because the Cowboys have been doing that. They've been almost putting anybody over there, and it's basically been working. Randall Cobb looked decent. God dang, Brandon Cooks. I know y'all say what you want, but he was second on your team in touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
That's when it only shows up in the playoffs though. When the defense get better, that's when that voice show up.
But I'm gonna tell you this right here. In the playoffs, we ain't trying. Listen, we don't need to be. I say it like this: if it only shows up in the playoffs, I'm okay with that, because you got to the playoffs. That means everybody else showed up to get you there. You know what I'm saying? So in the playoffs, we 2 years ago, the only thing we was thinking we was gonna have was CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not getting overly like under excited because about the Cowboys not going to go get specifically going to go get a number two, especially in the first round. Like, I'm not overly panicking. You know what I'm saying? I think between the free agency and trade, Cowboys are going to do what they've always done at the number two receiver, and that is go get the older receiver that got like 2 years left and they can milk him for his prime. That's why I do believe. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they didn't, if the personal stuff there wasn't, like, it's weird to me that they all of a sudden are talking about bringing Amari Cooper back when they booted him out of Dallas for non-Cowboy football reason. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even. This is my thing. They might want Amari Cooper, but do Amari Cooper want to come back to Dallas? You know what I'm saying? And I don't and don't talk. I know people like to say, "Oh, well, he might not have no choice." Bro, he always got a choice. All you gotta do is take less money and go somewhere else. Or you gotta think like Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper also has this option that people don't fail to realize. When you've been in the league for a long time, you got a lot of money. And you know what you mean? You got seniority. What seniority mean? Seniority mean I can wait. I can wait till like week 7, week 8 and sign. Why? Because at this point in my career, training camp doesn't affect me like it affects a young guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm more or less, I'm a route tactician. So it doesn't matter what. And then you got to think like this. You took Amari Cooper out of Cincinnati and put him into Buffalo, and guess what? He looked pretty damn good to me. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was helping them as much as he can, and while they playing in all white in the snow, weird. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, Steve, man, where you getting your information from?
Who?
Hey, we don't listen to me. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You know what I'm saying? Before you even say it, just Google it yourself. I'll Google it. But I ain't about to Google it, because if I didn't need to Google it, listen to me. Would have came over my phone by now.
Yeah, I ain't seeing it. I've seen a bunch of other wide receivers done sign. So, the Dallas Cowboys going to do something at wide receiver. They need to go ahead and do it. Wide receiver Deontay Johnson signed a 1-year deal to go to the Browns. Well, matter of fact, no. I just thought about it. I don't think anybody we got is better than Deontay Johnson, and he a head case. I still think he's better than Jalen Tolbert than them, though. So there probably isn't a team where they could be wide receiver number 2. Robert Woods actually signed as well. He went and took. Hold on, that's not the one I was looking for. Robert Woods went and signed as well. Take my word for it. Robert Woods is off the market, and then Elijah Moore, who was wide receiver number 2 with the Browns. He went and met with the Bills today. So the veteran wide receivers are coming off of the board fairly quickly. The Dallas Cowboys are going to do something to improve that wide receiving room. They have to do it. But this is the thing.
I don't think they've got to do it.
I do, because you were one of the worst offenses in the National Football League last year.
Yeah, because your quarterback only played how many games? Like, come on, man.
Even in the games you played, you didn't score a lot of points.
I put it to you like this. I'm not going to look at last year at all, because the results were what? You won how many games? That's what I'm going to say. You can say whatever it was or however it was. Last year was not a season that I'll go look at the year before I go look at last year. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this. As long as CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee Lambing, man, I don't really care who my number 2 is. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's CeeDee Lambing, that means my number 2 is going to be single coverage, and I'm not going to be really even getting him the ball as much anyway. Like, my expectation for my number 2 is not the expectation that I have for a number 2 in Cincinnati. In Cincinnati, your number 2 had better be that dude. Why? Because they're going to throw the ball to him. He's going to get 12 targets, bruh. But I'm going to tell you.
The thing about it is, though, like, I understand what you're saying, but like, I just feel like, why not maximize that opportunity? when you demanding one-on-one coverage, you should have somebody that can take advantage of that. Make that a barbecue chicken type situation. Like
You can. I mean, I believe you.
But we don't have the players that's doing that with. I mean, we tried that. Them boys were getting locked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this: when CeeDee Lamb 2 years ago, and that when we went with 12 and 3, see, they was the number 2. Yeah, we was doing it. Our number 2 was definitely taking advantage of it. He had 8.5, he had 8 touchdowns. So yeah, I think if
Brandon Cooks ain't here.
I know he's not here, but that's why I do believe I am by no means saying that the Cowboys do not need to go get another receiver. I do believe they are going to get him. I'm just saying I believe they're going to get him the same way they always do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. If I'm going to just keep it real, the Cowboys are so personal on being their feelings. It's weird. I don't see how Amari Cooper come back to Dallas. Just all I'm saying. Because he left for non-football reasons. And then they put a whole smear campaign about how he didn't show up for games and all this other stuff, man. While I was on here trying to scream and holler, bro, how can you not show up for game when the quarterback only throw your ball 2 times in the actual game? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got a price. Mara might need that check. He might be living check to check. The NFL version.
And
I was just surprised. It'd be some rich people out here living check to check. Man, you don't know what cool got going on. He might, the rent might be due like Vontae. You might need a check. I don't know.
Amari Cooper got that dough. Amari Cooper is ridiculous. He got first round pick money. He got $100 million from Cowboys. Then he got an extension. Not an extension.
Matter of fact, Wes, that's what I'm going to actually bring up. Did you know this is the same contract that just expired? If we had kept Amari Cooper, that contract would have just ended last year. He's played on that same contract. He just restructured it before, but it's still been the same damn contract the Dallas Cowboys gave him. So imagine this: we wouldn't be sitting here talking about wide receiver 2 if we never traded Amari Cooper away in the first place.
What guy in that world called, man? He said Gilly made him quit. I don't remember that.
He said what?
He said Gilly made him quit.
Gilly didn't make no Q quit. What is you talking about?
Man, they played outside. They played outside of inclement weather. It was 2019 when we missed the playoffs.
He got 2 targets in the game. And listen to me. Targets, a cornerback does not prevent someone from getting targets. A cornerback prevents someone from getting catches. The only thing that can prevent you from getting a target is the offensive coordinator or the physical quarterback's arm because he didn't throw the ball to you. The offensive coordinator can prevent you from getting targets. Why? Because they just don't run the offense through you or they don't give you opportunity. But a cornerback is, listen to me, people still threw the ball on Deion Sanders. He just took it. Like, he just took the ball. You know what I'm saying?
But so let me ask you. So you don't feel like the coverage can be so tight and it might make the quarterback not want to throw it?
No, not in the NFL. No.
That happens all the time.
No, it doesn't happen all the time. No, it don't. No, it does. Listen to me. No, it does not. Listen to me. There is never a time. There is no cornerback in the NFL since maybe Darrelle Revis. It's not even Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore is a dude, but he ain't no damn Darrelle Revis. There's only two corners in the NFL where people have been physically scared to throw the ball at, and that's Deion Sanders.
We ain't talking about every play. We talk about people who don't be open.
Yeah, but listen, that's why the quarterback pat the ball. That's why he got to scramble because he don't like what he sees.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You have absolutely not. No.
So you saying wide receiver never get covered?
No, that's not what he asked.
That is exactly what he asked.
No. That's not what you said. What he said.
That's literally what I'm talking about, bro. This is what I said. I said, so you mean to tell me a corner can't play such tight coverage? I'm talking about on a play-to-play basis that'll make a quarterback look over there and be like, nah, I'm good.
No, absolutely not. You want to know why? Absolutely not. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the quarterback doesn't know the coverage pre-snap. So he doesn't know if he's in a man. He doesn't know if he's in a zone. And
all I'm saying is when he look over there, Wes, he ain't got to know the coverage for that.
Yes, brother. Yes, listen. Okay.
When he check over there, he see that dude is all over him. He
But listen to me. The only way a corner is going to be even all over someone is if they're in man. So that's what I'm saying. No NFL team plays man like that. They don't play man like that in the NFL like that. The only people listen, I'll say like this. A slot corner can. I believe a slot corner can do that. A guy like Harris, Straps from the Chargers, in a slot, you can do that. But on the outside, bro, you listen to me. You might be in, if you're in cover 2 zone, you're covering an area. The receiver's going to be open at some point. That's the way the coverage is designed. They don't play man that much in the NFL because you can't. You just can't do it. Now a slot corner can do it because a slot corner is playing man almost 90% of the game. That's what my son played. 90% of the game he's man. But
we probably have to agree to disagree. We didn't even touch on the draft at all yet.
But on the outside, I don't believe a quarterback is looking over there and saying, "Oh no." On a play, maybe, but not consistently enough for.
That's what I'm saying. On a play-to-play basis, bro, it happens all the time.
Yeah, on a play, but not on enough to make a. Listen to me. The only reason why we're having this discussion is because somebody brought up Stephon Gilmore shutting Amari Cooper down and allowing only 2 targets. That's not true. That's not true. The reason why Amari Cooper only got 2 targets is because they didn't look his way. They did not throw him the ball. And I'm going to keep it real. That is a Dak problem. And that's the same problem Dak had with Brandon Cooks. I remember walking into the San Francisco 49er game, looking at Brandon Cooks' dad and saying, man, he said it for us, you got to throw him the ball. Exactly. You got to at least throw him the ball. You got to give him the opportunities. These are professionals. And I'm going to tell you this right here. Whatever happened to me trusting my guy more than me trusting the guy I don't know? I'm in practice with this dude every day. I am not about to look at that corner that I don't know and be like, I have so much respect for this corner that I don't know that I'm going to exclude the guy that I practice with every day. That's not how the NFL works. In the NFL, they look at that dude like, I trust my guy more than I trust him. I'm gonna throw the ball to you. Now, throughout a game, there can be.
The thing about that is, though, that's what you describing. In my opinion, I feel like that's a certain type of quarterback. We got conservative quarterbacks who ain't finna throw that.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? You got like a gunslinger mentality type quarterback. He might throw it regardless. Like Romo would throw that bitch anyway. He don't care. But Dak wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's different types of quarterbacks with different types of mentalities. They might be riskier than the next quarterback. But that sound like a gunslinger mentality quarterback. It's strong, but it ain't all. Sure.
I'll tell you like this. Dak has an issue with throwing the ball. I'm gonna tell you, Dak's number 2. The real issue with Dak, and I love him, but his number 2 receiver is his tight end, and that's always gonna be him. Dak's priority in his mind is number 1. He doesn't read outside, in. He doesn't read like that. Dak reads outside, in, outside. He's going to look at his outside receiver first, CeeDee Lamb. If CeeDee Lamb's not there, then guess what? That tight end's getting the ball next. And that's why our tight ends be having the ball so much. That's why you know about your tight end more than you know about your number 2 receiver.
Y'all want to hear something that's interesting, though?
What's that?
And then we can possibly move to the draft because I ain't got that long.
Okay.
How about Seatbelt had some real good reps against Amari, though? I ain't going to hold you.
Cool.
That first game?
Oh, it's Seatbelt Carson.
All my life, he
Our
had
guy.
some good ass reps against Amari.
Yeah, and then as soon as you got tape on him, he was out.
It was over with.
Yeah.
Baby seat.
Everybody's good for a game.
They had to, break him down. But maybe he can overcome it, though. You know what I'm saying? He was a risk. But, yeah. So what we thinking about this draft, Wes? I ain't heard from you. I want to hear what you think about the draft.
I mean, listen to me. The Cowboys did. I know everybody got mad with the first round, but listen to me. I told y'all, and I'm not being facetious. I'm just being West Coast Cowboy. If you ain't never met me before, that's my fault. I've been gone for a little bit. But I told y'all the Cowboys' number 1 priority was going to be replacing Zach Martin. And to a degree, I understood it. Why? Because you have to listen to me. When you have a for sure thing and that for sure thing goes, you're negative now. We never had to worry about our right guard. Why? Because for the last 9 years, the same guy has been there. He don't get injured, he don't get suspended, and he don't play bad. So what does that mean? He's always available. That means you've never had to go into a game or even a season where you had to think about, damn, what are we gonna do if Zach Martin's not here? So if you and my thing is this, he played at such a high level that you couldn't take the chance on putting Brock Hoffman there. No, that you can't use Brock Hoffman to solidify a for sure thing. So you had to go invest into it. So I like him. I like the kid. I like the Tyler Booker. One thing I like about him is Nick Saban has known about him since he was 9 years old, and Nick Saban didn't thought he was a dog since he was like 9 years old. And Nick Saban's a really good, healthy pick of judgment of men, character, and everything else. So I like him. I like his attitude. I like the way his approach to football. I like the fact that he didn't come from no Boise State. He ain't come from no Simalabadabadabadu University. He came from Alabama. What does that mean? That means he's used to playing against Georgia defensive ends. He's used to playing against guys, defensive tackles, guys who are, think about this, at the position he's played, for the school he's played, most of the guys, defensive tackle that we played, he's probably already played or he's played someone that's better.
Yeah, what I like about
Aaron Donald ain't in the league no more. You know what I'm saying? He's in the league no more.
That man called Jalen Carter out by name.
But you got to remember, that's that Alabama, Georgia. I love it. You need that, bro. Like, listen, too many. The world is sissified right now, bro. Everybody want to care about everybody's feelings. Man, F your feelings, bro.
I support that.
Hey, F your feelings. I love it. Then and also, if you really look at the draft, what the Cowboys really did is they used the draft to replace what they lost. You lost Zach Martin. You got Tyler Booker. You lost DeMarcus Lawrence. You replaced him. You got a corner that you don't know is going to play. You replaced him. You need a running back. You got it. You got a little running back right there. You feel me? You lost. What's the boy name? Eric Kendricks, number 50. I had 50 jerseys I couldn't sell. Guess what? They replaced him. You know what I'm saying? Offensive tackle. Guess what? Your boy. I like him. He light skinned, so I like him even more. What's the boy on the right hand side?
Wait a minute.
Hey, I'm just saying, light skinned people, they seem to be more cool than us. Us.
Oh, hell no!
Oh Lord.
I'm just saying, us overly aggressive black
That's
dudes.
the West Coast Cowboys. Not necessarily flex.
And I'm just saying, listen to me. Look at Kendrick Lamar and look at Drake. Kendrick Lamar, a year later, still beefing. He's still mad. Drake done made a whole #1 album. He going on with his life.
He's still mad. That's crazy.
Kendrick's still mad.
Ain't nobody mess with that boy. That boy undefeated.
Drake didn't drop the whole #1 album and moved on with his life. He in church talking about Jesus, and Kendrick still cussing him out. Kendrick still cussing him out in the parking lot.
Y'all almost missed the summer of supporting that Kendrick Lamar stuff. Y'all know we're gonna need Drake in the summer for some deals. Y'all better quit playing.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. You listen to me. We all of a sudden. Hey, calm down. Calm down, or I'm gonna sell you. Don't be barking while I'm talking now. I'll sell you a little ass. Don't we do that now? Now, hey, listen. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. If you're wondering why your woman been mad, wanna know why? 'Cause Drake gone. You need that yellow man back. You know what I'm saying? Got her out here. You got your girl out here sea-walking, talking about what's up, cousin blood. No. Bring Drake back. Make the world like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? We need some good. It was good while it lasted. But let's get back to what it is. We don't like them rough and tough ladies. We like our ladies, real Drakey like. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. But back to what we were talking about. Everything that we lost in off the actual team, they threw something at it. Now you can't put you can't get 7 first-round picks. So obviously, what does that mean? That means that you can't replace everybody with high-end talent. But the Cowboys threw something at everything that they had a problem with. So to a degree, this was a good draft. We just got to let it boil out. It was a good draft. It was a good draft.
What? Give it a letter grade then, Wes.
I don't listen to me. I don't give letter grades to kids who haven't played in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, Alabama.
You want me to spin back about 2 years, huh?
Yeah, that's how you have to. You have to. You can't listen, when people give a grade on a draft, what's the difference between what are you using? You know what I'm saying? You're literally using college stats. So it's like Tyler Booker was a good you can't really grade. I don't know what's going on. So you can't really grade these guys because you some of these times you were taking guys that were best available at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta wait and see how they play. I don't believe in none of that, but I know people, fantasy football is such a huge thing, so everybody wants to know what it is before it happens. And then people want to feel like they did good or they didn't do good. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying a president's going to fail before he even gets sworn in. I don't know, bro. Let the dude get in, let him fail, let him get caught up with a scandal or two. Then I say, okay, yeah, maybe win a good pick. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know right now. I don't know.
Landlord?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's your turn.
Okay. Y'all already know what I wanted. I wanted a wide receiver or a nice weapon. Hey, man, I ain't never asked you this. What you would have did if we would have picked Warren?
If we picked who?
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren. Yeah.
I would have been confused. I don't know if I would have been happy or sad.
Kendrick ended Drake. Bro, he is the biggest. Listen, Drake just dropped the biggest album since Michael Jackson. How did you end that? What did he end? He just dropped. He has a #1 album in the world, Craig. Kendrick don't even got that. Kendrick has the #1 song. Album is all 17 songs put on one disc, and you sell the whole thing. How did you end it?
I'm gonna have to do mine quick. It look like my connection messing up. But yeah, I was just thinking that would have been insane. Two tight end sets and stuff. We probably could have cooked with that though. But I would have preferred a weapon, but Booker a great player. I never questioned him as a good player, but I just didn't feel like their idea of building this team was the best way. So Booker is a home run pick as a player. I just don't like the need. Okay. Izaraku, I love this kid so far. I ain't gonna lie. I like what I see from him. He a technician. This man got pass rushing moves.
I moved. Did I mess up something? I moved my thing up. Did I mess up something? Okay.
His connection going in and out.
Bro, he's scared the hell out of me, right? He's scared the hell out of me.
It's hitting me out bad. But I like the Izaraku kid and the Rebel Jr. He looking okay. I like him too. Blue, he wasn't my back. I wanted Jordan James and Samson. I wanted a lot of different people, but I kind of like the skill set he bringing. I got to look more into the linebacker and the O-lineman and the rest of these dudes. I like Maffa too. He a physical back. I think we definitely needed to pair Blue up with somebody, so I like how we did that. But
yeah, he out. He phased out again. So I'm gonna give mine real quick while we wait for LandLord to get back in, man. Y'all know I was fighting tooth and nail. This is the thing. I wanted to get a wide receiver and never have to worry about it again. If CeeDee Lamb is the legacy 88, I wanted to get CeeDee Lamb, his Alvin Harper. We took Alvin Harper 12th overall back in the day. So I wanted to get somebody to pair up with CeeDee Lamb for the rest of his prime. We never have to worry about the shit again. Just somebody you can chuck the ball up to, big play receiver, right, just to pretty much pair with what CeeDee Lamb does. But I could never hate on somebody like Tyler Booker. He was the best guard in the draft. He's strong. He has championship pedigree. He played on a national championship team. He was an All-American, All-SEC. Great kid, great work ethic. There's nothing negative to actually say about Tyler Booker, the player. The Dallas Cowboys always do something I don't agree with, but at least when they went against the grain, they went and got a damn good play when they did it. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about Tyler Booker. He's an amazing talent and prospect, and he'll probably be a future All-Pro given the kind of talent that he has. So that's where I am with Tyler Booker. Now down show now Wes. Do you remember the conversation we were having about Marshawn Needham last year?
Yep. I mean, we had a several, but
yeah. But remember when we talk about who his comp was and how that meant we probably thought DeMarcus Lawrence was going to be back. You draft somebody and their comp is already on the team. That's your replacement.
yep.
Now, what we did not count on was a regime change. Now, Marshawn Needham was picked when what was my guy name? Not Dan Quinn, but what was our defensive coordinator last year? I done lost my damn.
Zimmer.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer. He was picked when Mike Zimmer was here. So Eberflus, this is his first year as a defensive coordinator. He got to get his own guys in the building. Now, Jaden Higgins was gone. Luther Burden was gone. So I wasn't too much concerned at that point. So they went and got a guy that had damn near 17 sacks last year. You can never have too many pass rushers in the league that is pass happy. So he seems to be a very good pass rusher. He got a bag. And he a guy that had a first-round grade. A lot of people mocked him to the Philadelphia Eagles at 32 in the simulators. So he a guy with first-round talent. I'm not mad at that. Now, Rebels is... I'm on the fence with Rebels, and it's for one reason. You got him because you got injuries to your cornerback room, and he has an injury.
Yo, it's your boy West Coast.
History as long as my arm.
Now you going out?
Oh, I'm going out.
Yeah, you blipped out right now. Yeah,
I'm back.
Yeah, that's why I say yo.
Let's just say this real quick about Rebel. You know, he got an extensive injury history that's coming all the way back from high school. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the only knock I have on him is he seems to be hurt all the time, and you're bringing him in because you're already having injury issues with your corners. Trayvon Diggs is supposed to be back to start the season, so that's going to be 3 years where he missed time. We know that Butler
Yeah, it looks like the Cowboys. I mean, this is what I say, man.
is injured, so you're already coming into. Go ahead.
No, I mean, but this is what I say, man. There's positions I can trust with the Dallas Cowboys. Offensive line, I can trust that. Defensive line, I can trust that. Corner, not so much. I'm saying it's not so much.
I just seen your boy Kevin Joseph playing the other day too.
Yeah, in the wrong league though.
In the wrong league.
Well, I mean, man, it's gonna be some wait and see stuff. But one thing I like about this is what they got a bunch of guys who work hard. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that everybody don't work hard, but you don't have nobody that's overly glorified on this draft. You don't have nobody that is where like I said, you don't have anybody that's overly glorified on here, man. This is just a working draft. You know what I'm saying? Nobody on this draft is gonna. I'll be honest with you. You'll probably buy none of these dudes' jersey, no matter how good they end up being. Like you ain't never gonna be wearing no Booker jersey. And Easy Mabaku, I like him, man. I like the name, but I don't know if somebody gonna have that on the back. That's the name his mama gonna have on the back of his name. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think Booker jersey gonna be up there.
Ain't not buying no. I mean, if he end up being that dude, yeah. But they didn't even buy Zach Martin jerseys.
They ain't buy Tyron Smith jerseys.
Yeah. But I will say this: I can trust the Cowboys when they draft an offensive lineman because for the most part they've done what they're supposed to do. Everybody laughed at us when we drafted Travis Fredericks. He was a third round grade. They booed in New York. Remember, they were in New York then. They booed in New York when they drafted him. I mean, now he gonna get a gold jacket. You know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys have had enough credit in the bank when it comes to offensive linemen that I could trust them.
I really feel like we a little too.
Say it again.
He did. He blipped out. So when he come back in, I'll let him cook like he was finna cook. But yeah, man. I there you go. Go ahead and speak. Land.
What?
I said, go ahead and speak while you can.
Yeah, I was just saying, I really feel like we're too committed to our draft process, man. Because like we said, shout out to Boss, he kind of touched on the topic that, you know, even if we ever liked you, we still gonna be invested in you. So, like if you was on our board and anything happened, you got an argument with the team, the Cowboys might be heavily invested in you. Like we don't never give up our draft evaluation. We probably hold on to it for too long. And it's understandable because, you know, our guys that we like, we still be holding on to them. You know what I'm saying? The ones that we like in the draft. So it's understandable.
He got cut off. So yeah, man, everybody getting beat up by the Wi-Fi monster. So we gonna wrap this up.
I mean, I'm good. Shoot, go ahead.
So
go ahead.
I was talking about mine too.
Oh, okay.
So I was just gonna say, man, I think we had a good draft overall. I do believe we had a pretty damn good draft. I just, you know, there's some things I wouldn't have done, but you know, it's just personal preference for me. I'm sure they'll be fine. I think the bigger issue with the Dallas Cowboys is we don't pair these good ass drafts with free agents. That's why we're always sitting here arguing back and forth about the picks, what we should have did. When they could have just filled every hole. They could have been aggressive in free agency, had more talent going into the draft, and you would have felt better about the guys you picked up because you didn't get a bunch of bad players. It just you felt like you had left some holes in free agency. You still got questions at one take if Monty Smith don't pan out. You know, we're still up here talking about wide receiver 2 to this day. So they had just been a little bit more proactive in free agency. I think nobody would have cared how the draft went.
I ain't gonna hold you though. I'm excited about Izaraku and Micah coming off the edge. I think that's gonna be crazy. Like I ain't saying he gonna be this sack artist year one, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was, because he got that type of bag. Like he got that type of bag when it comes to pass rush moves, spin moves, rip moves, swim moves. He do it all as a rookie. So he only just gonna get better. Especially with like 5 games in, he probably start feeling himself. He might go on a run. Like ain't no telling.
It's a possibility. Like I said, I'm ready to see what they do. Real talk though, I'm really ready for preseason. When do preseason start this year?
First week in August.
Like this is gonna be a fire ass preseason because you know everybody gonna want to see that damn quarterback.
Yeah, I mean training camp should be pretty cracking. I mean this is you know, people wanted these explosive things because of what happened last year, but man, you know, part of last year would have been if Dak plays the rest of the season, man, Cowboys season ends differently, man. Like we ain't about to sit up here and try to act like, you know, it was just ball. Like Dak can have bad games, but he don't have bad seasons. So that's what we can bet on. But we just didn't see enough games last year to be able to say that last year because he got injured. You know what I'm saying? If your quarterback is standing and plays 17 games, man, all it's going to be well. You're going to go to the playoffs, bro. You know what I mean? Name me a season where Dak played all 17, the Cowboys still won 5 games. You know what I'm saying? As long as
you're right about that, though. I think most people just reacting off of how bad we looked when he was there. That's the only problem. But we don't know if they would have fixed it later on in the season or not. We don't know because Dak got hurt.
Correct. So, you know, we felt like eventually it would have stabilized because there were some very winnable games down the stretch.
Yeah, how many times did the Eagles play Dak last year?
0.
Thank you.
0. And listen, the way the Eagles started off that game in Dallas, we could have messed around and won, or we could have got into the end zone a couple times early. The defense balled out early.
Yeah, you know, so that's why I say, man,
you damn sure beat the Bengals with Dak the way they played.
Yeah. Hey, my boy, if you want to run the damn ball hat, they are in stock. They $25 plus $5 for shipping. You know what I'm saying? Just you get the Cash App right there. You send it, I'll send it. You feel me? Or get with me after this. If you put it on there, just say it's for the cap and send your address, and I got you. But
Yeah.
other than that, you know what I'm saying? They on there. They $25 and then $5 for shipping.
Indeed. And I think we just want to make Dak Prescott's job easier too, man. Like, I know he's talented. I know he can elevate talent around him. I just wish that he had, like comparable talents to some of the other quarterbacks around the league. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the thing. There's not enough talent for it to go around. You know what I'm saying? Even when you get it, guys don't play up to par, and guys don't, be what you think they was gonna be. So, you know what I mean? Like, everything. And listen, this is gonna be a very different league next year too, because freaking everybody got traded and everybody re-signed every place they were. You know what I'm saying? So it's like DK Metcalf ain't even in Seattle no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy right now.
Yeah. We'll see how things pan out. And like you said, they are looking. It's just like shift like for wide receiver. I would like to get a good young guy, just pair him with CeeDee Lamb. You will never have to worry about that shit again. Like, sometimes I understand they've done it a certain way up to this point, but I would prefer them to try something different to get a different result. Because the way that we've done things have only gotten us to where we got it. Like sometimes you need to tweak some things or make some kind of course correction if you want to get over the hump sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, hell, I understand we go to the playoffs. I want to win when I get there.
Then tell your defense to stop giving 27 points and 150 yards on the running game.
157.
Listen to me. Tell me a game where your offense didn't show up in the playoffs.
The second
San Francisco guy.
Now think about this. You were playing the number one defense on the road, and this was your second road game. So there's different stipulations. And also, how many teams went into San Francisco that year and beat them in San Francisco? There was a reason why we had to go to San Francisco and they didn't come to us. They were the number one defense in football playing at home. And your offense still went out there and tried to give it to them. So it's like, Dak gonna give you 24 points in the playoff game, but your defense can't give up 27.
They're actually giving up 30. They're giving up 30 in the losses.
For real. Like, bro, you tell me a team that's giving up 30 points in the playoffs and you still thinking they winning. It's not happening, bro. The offense is good enough. They're good enough. It's been your defense that is the reason why we've been getting put out of playoff games. It ain't because of Dak.
I'm not saying it's because of Dak.
I'm just saying it ain't because of your offense.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you are right. But they still have that's another thing. You need another defensive tackle. When your defense is getting their ass smacked around, you might need the ability to score some more points. So you might need a better wide receiver if you can't fix your defense that quick.
But guess what? When you do that, now you're trying to reinvent football because the playoffs is not about scoring points. The playoffs is about not allowing teams to score points and winning by a field goal. Now, you got to remember, we're playing. The playoffs is the only time in football where you're legitimately playing a team that's as good as you or better. Like, there are no bad teams in the playoffs. Everybody is either as good as you or they're better. It's called the playoffs. Everybody's now playing for something. All the bad teams are watching you play. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that has to also take into consideration. You're now playing the better teams, the best teams in the NFL in a one-game termination. So, yeah, man, the playoffs is all about being what? Stop the run, run the ball. If you stop in the run, that means listen to me. This ain't college football. Playoff games are supposed to be low-scoring games. And think about this. Most of the time, unless you're playing in the dome, you're going to be playing in some bad weather. When we were in San Francisco, bro, it was cold. I was there in the stadium. Cold. Me and Tuck. I was on one side. He was on the other side. He was warmer because he's from Kansas. I was cold.
Man.
I mean, that's the playoffs, man. You playing.
Joe Milton will start in the preseason, dog. He saw Joe Milton start in the preseason. He showed will.
I mean, listen to me. Cowboys should have drafted Shador. They should have. It would have been, bro. You could have got him for a 5th round pick, bro. Oh my God, you should have drafted him. You should have drafted him.
That's the thing. They already burnt the 5th round pick on the quarterback.
So what? I don't even know who he is. The only reason why y'all like Milton because he black. If there was a white boy with them type of stats, y'all be looking like who? Why we didn't keep Cooper Rush? But y'all see that? Y'all see that skin? Y'all think he athleticism? That ain't even his game. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. We should have kept Cooper Rush. And I would have kept Cooper Rush over Joe Milton. What is we talking about? I know he looked cool because he got the arm swag. Man, that messed up. He don't look cooler than Trey Lance.
Man, I'm surprised Trey Lance still in the league. No, that's neither here nor there. Yeah,
Is
he
he?
got the Chargers back up.
Oh, praise God for him.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Stand and serve. You are an absolutely, I love you, but you're a liar if you think a dude named Joe Milton is going to push a dude making $260 million. Slap yourself, be true. Joe Milton ain't even good enough to push nobody. I'm going to keep it real with you. He's your number 2 quarterback simply because Cooper Rush is not on this team. And I'm going to tell you this right now. At this point, I might actually take Trey Lance over him. Because Trey Lance has more experience. More experience, bro. He has more experience.
I'm going with Milton over that dude, though. It ain't no blowout, though. I'll say that. But
yeah,
we seen Milton be enough productive in the
I'll
league.
put it to you like this. Joe Milton don't have enough starts. He just, listen to me. Dak Prescott, since he's got, by career, Dak Prescott is going to miss at least one game a season, or he's going to miss enough points where it's going to add up to a game. So you really telling me a guy with one career start is really going to have to come in and play some meaningful football? Get the hell out of here, bro.
Nah, see, this y'all problem right now. If Dak Prescott go down, I'm not trying to
Season's
see
over.
games.
Thank you. Season's
Like
over.
this why we ain't got Ted
screwed anyway.
This why we ain't got Ted McMillan right now, because y'all up here trying to win games. You're just trying to fight.
No, Ty Church. I want to know because the old West Coast is back. Well, I ain't got nothing to lose. Ty Church,
They gonna hurt him.
Ty Church, when have you seen Milton be a better quarterback than Cooper Rush? When? I want to know when. I don't want to know your opinion. I don't want to know because you like him. I want to know when. What are you using to say that Milton is a better quarterback than Cooper Rush? I want to know.
It's probably the regular season finale.
Man, there ain't even, man, I put it on. I don't.
Y'all know, I ain't gonna hold you. Wes got a point on that.
He
But
got a point.
He got a point on that. I feel like
That's
Milton
scary,
I feel like Milton got potential, but you just scared the shit out. Well, I ain't got to be scared because, like we said, if Dak down, then it's over. So
I want to
it don't
lose
really matter.
if Dak Prescott misses for a prolonged period of time. Listen, we should have won 5 games fooling with y'all. We should have won 5 games, got Ted McMillan, got Tate Ratledge in the second round as a 4 guard, and we would have been right back out this bitch cooking.
All y'all that was saying, oh, you always supposed to win. Now you think about that. Now y'all the reason we don't got Ted or Jim right now. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, cause listen, you got Genty, you Mr. Run the damn ball here. We could have got Genty. We could have got Tate Ratledge from Georgia, who was an All-American, All-SEC guard. We could have ran the fuck out the ball, and I know West would have been happy as hell. You could have still had one of the most physical offenses in the National Football League. But you chose to win games when you had a 1% chance of making the playoffs. And I get it. The actual players ain't trying to tank because they're playing for contracts and they're playing to be on different teams next year and hit incentives and everything else.
He said Bill Belichick seen something in Joe Milton. When? Because Bill Belichick wasn't in coaching the New England Patriots last year. When? When did he see it? When? When he was sitting on the couch at his house interviewing for the North Carolina football job? When? I want to know when. He was not. No, they did not. And guess what? If they did see, he didn't see enough. I'm not knocking Joe Milton, but this is what I'm doing. I'm knocking him because I know for a fact you're probably going to have to play in a game. And he's not Michael Vick. So we're just going to make packages around him. No, bruh. No. If Jack legitimately goes down, that means you about to play 6-7 games. I don't want you to come to Dallas and play the most games you ever played in your life. I need to already have seen that. So yeah, honestly, my thoughts on Joe Milton is I hope he never plays because Dak is healthy all 17 games.
Ditto.
I hope he never plays.
Yeah, I don't.
Actually, he can hold the ball on field goals. Nope, because we got a place kicker for that. Nope. He ain't playing.
Actually, I want him to play in the fourth quarter when we blowing the people out. That's what I want him to play.
He said once Dak eventually gets hurt, Milton will roll. I feel like sand and turf. I feel like anybody other than Dak, you would probably make that same statement. That's all I'm saying. West Coast is the new Cowboys, a new quarterback of the Cowboys. Hey, Milton number 2. Once Dak rarely gets hurt, West Coast will roll. It sounds like the same thing to me. Sounds like the same sentence.
So you said they take you, Wes? As long as I ain't dead.
Bro, listen, bro, when you don't like somebody, it's just like, well, let's talk about Shador before we get up out of here, man. It's just like Shador Sanders, man. Like, bro, you know, this is my thing, bro. This is my thing, right? I'm going to talk about it on a couple folds. How many people we got up in here?
We got 183 people right now.
Okay, this is worth talking about. Hey, Taiwan, hey, just, send me. I updated my Cash App so you can send it now, and then just put the address in the Cash App, and I'll send it straight to you, big dog. Put your full name, put your name and the address, and I'll send it to you. This is what I say about Shador Sanders, right? The way he got drafted, and the way he was standing there with his brother looking at a computer screen, that looked, and he had his little cutoff T-shirt. That actually, to me, looked more normal for him than him standing in front of all this other stuff with all these hooplas and da-da-da-da-da. So I ain't gonna lie, I liked it, that aspect of it. Not because it was humbling, but because at the end of the day, I don't know, it just felt like it was, I feel like he can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what do I feel about the NFL? People getting drafted. I don't see how Gabriel got drafted in the 3rd round, but Shador was by far a better quarterback than him. You know what I'm saying? But I say it like this, NFL GMs and NFL owners need to, they're all old. So once they die off and the young people come in, guys like Shador won't have an issue. But you got all these 75 and 80-year-old grown, like grandpas out here interviewing 23-year-old kids, asking them questions and my thing is this, I'm tired of this, he need to be humble. No, you go be humble. The hell I got to be humble for? Like, listen to me. If you're good, it's okay to say, I'm better than you. It's okay to say that. And I'm going to say this right now. If you're an NFL GM and you overlooked a guy's talent because he was cocky or arrogant, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You want to know why? Because cocky and arrogance does not throw football. Arms and legs do. So what is you talking about? Listen to me. Nobody has a problem with who's a cocky and arrogant. Listen, nobody had a problem with Jay Cutler when he was in the league. Why? Because he was good. Like, listen to me. Nobody has a problem with you being arrogant once you get in the league, and nobody has a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're an organization that can handle it, then you can handle it. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I personally, I don't buy into it. I don't buy into him being a locker room. I don't buy into it. You know what I'm saying? Shador being a bad leader, it's like Donald Trump being a racist, man. It didn't come out until he started being the president. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves Shador until it was time for him to go to the league.
What I heard about it, I don't think it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because they would say something that we can't observe ourselves what's the issue.
Or verify.
We can't verify it, but they tried to say he was bad at the whiteboard. So then they were trying to say that he didn't even take the process serious. Like he was just and then they said somebody Duval from the Giants had kind of like challenged them, and they was like, Shador ain't like that. Like he reacted a crazy way. So like I don't know how true this stuff is. This is behind the scenes stuff that we can't verify, like he said, but I'll just take it with a grain of salt. I know what I've seen from Shador. He at least deserved to be a first round, you know what I'm saying, early second round pick at least. So,
and I'm gonna tell you this right here. If you go, listen to me. I know no shade on the Giants, but New York Giants, who the hell are you, an expert on freaking quarterbacks? Y'all motherfuckers gave Daniel Jones $40 million. Go sit your goofy ass down somewhere. Hell you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is you talking about? Y'all gave Daniel Jones $41 million, bruh. And yes, so that, and then think about this. This the same organization that said last year that Saquon Barkley, yeah, he's kind of washed up. We think yeah, you're right. He's really washed up. And went over to the team right down the street, and then what happened? Burns you up 2 games, and then he ended up damn being the league MVP. So the Giants, that's not even a good example of someone saying that they're a good player. The Giants have a history of horrible player picking players. Horrible. So who are the Giants? And I'm going to tell you this right now. In 2025, if you're not picking a guy, you literally tell me you took a guy all the way off your board because of a 30-minute interview, even though he has 4 years of tape. Yeah, you don't. I wouldn't have wanted to play there anyway. Like I'm cool. I think it was shady. I think it was. Listen to me. The NFL just proved to you that it is still very a country club, and at the end of the day, they can do what they want to do. Like it's just an eye opener. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't like how. Hey, I'm gonna say it because I ain't got nothing to lose. I don't give a damn. I don't like it how black athletes got to be humble, but Baker Mayfield can dress up like freaking Brett Favre. Nobody had a problem with him. Listen to me. Nobody had a problem when Josh Rosen said, oh yeah, I got picked 25. Well, 24 teams are going to regret it. What? He said that, bro. He said that. Nobody had a problem with it, bro. Josh Rosen's an asshole. He's like that, bro. I know the kid. I know him from SC. He didn't ask where from out here. Nobody had a problem with it. Nobody has a problem when the white quarterback comes in. He's overly confident and he's talking. But as soon as a black athlete says it's arrogant and conky, it's arrogant and this, it's that. He needs to be more humble. No, he don't need to be humble. He needs to be himself. That's what the number one thing he needs to be is himself.
I agree with that.
Because nobody had a problem with Baker Mayfield when he said it. Nobody had a problem with Josh Rosen. Like he literally said, I'm gonna make all those teams paid, and proceeded to suck.
Horrible. We're out the league quick as hell.
Horrible. And nobody called him cocky. You know what they called it? He has a competitive fire. What? Like, listen to me. You know why I would have? You don't want to know why I would have drafted Shador Sanders? You want to know why? Because his daddy never got suspended for nothing. His daddy never drank. Deion never smoked. He never did drugs. He was always on time. Deion was the essence of a professional. And you know what people didn't like? They didn't like that he said he was better than you. And he was right 99% of the time. See, it's just a lot of losers in the world who don't like it when winners come around. That's just what it is. And I don't even really think it was anything racial or anything like that with Shador. I just think the NFL wanted to prove that we are bigger than you. Like, we can come together and say, we're going to take this kid all off our draft boards. Are you literally telling me that Deion Sanders raised a kid, a guy who is overly arrogant and cocky? No, I don't believe it, bruh. I don't believe it. Do I believe that he's confident in his abilities? Yes, and he should be, because the kid's good. I don't want no guy. Listen to me. If you're coming to a bad team, a team that's not good, bro, you better be telling me stuff like, man, I'm about to come up here and we have to kick some ass, bro. Like all that other stuff y'all was doing, man, we ain't doing that no more. If you want your culture to stay exactly the same, don't take me, because when I come in, I'm changing stuff. Bro, you won 2 games last year. You should want to hear that. You got a bunch of losers talking about we want to be, and that's why you're a loser. That's exactly why you're a loser. You know what I'm saying? When you know what I'm saying? This is not a wide receiver. This is not a running back. This is not a defensive end. He is going to be the only guy on the field called quarterback playing. And you're putting the whole responsibility on him. It's less like a boxer going into a match and being humble. Hell nah, bro. Boxers go in the match saying what? I'm about to knock your head off. Bro, if you don't believe it yourself, you're going to get beat up when you get in a fight. You're going to get beat up. You know what I'm saying? But for a 5th round pick, I would have took him. And I would have let him learn behind Dak. And then guess what? In 3 years, when Dak contract come up, Shador would be on his what? On his 3rd year contract. And maybe, listen to me. I love Dak, but Dak gonna be 33.
Well, they would have had that. Well, that would have been the biggest spectacle ever.
Hey, listen to me. It's still the big. Guess what? And guess what? If you tell me this, Dak Prescott goes down for his one game a season. Shador Sanders comes in. You tell me the whole NFL is not tuning in to see that.
I'll say this too. They appear to have a relationship already. Dak and CD was at Shador party this weekend, so I don't think he would have mind having Shador in the building. You know what kind of person Dak Prescott is.
Bro, imagine having the number one selling backup quarterback jersey. Jerry would have loved it, bro. He would have loved it, bro. He would have loved it. He would have loved it. And then, more importantly, bro, you could have traded him for later. Because the Cleveland Browns are going to do one or two things because you can only play one quarterback at a time. And then think about this. If you're Shador Sanders, I mean, I hate it that he's in Cleveland because, bro, who wants to throw in that weather? But Deshaun Watson is going to slip and fall before training camp, and he'll be done for the season.
He already out.
So then think about this. If you're Shador Sanders, you know what you're telling everybody? I'm the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Why? Because I know for a fact I'm beating that dude out. I know I'm Dylan Gabriel. Get the hell out of here, bro.
Dylan Gabriel is 5'9" and not a great athlete. He should not have been picked that high. He's going to be a career backup quarterback. He is not Doug Flutie.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm Shador, I'm like, bro, I know for a fact I'm gonna be starting. I'm gonna be playing at some point because he's not good. In a third round, in the fifth round, the money ain't that much different.
Unless Joe Flacco's going to start, because that's who they brought in at the veteran present. So unless they're gonna let Joe Flacco start the season, and then let Shador be quarterback at the end or next year, then that's the only other direction I can see it going.
And you know what's crazy? If when Shador ends up being their starter, they're gonna just flip it. See how crazy the NFL is gonna be. As soon as he gets the starting job, they're gonna flip it and they're gonna talk about how smart of a move it was because they got a starting quarterback for a 5th round pick.
Man, what are your thoughts on this discourse?
I told
you in hell. That was lava.
It's Travis Hunter made him look good. Travis Hunter didn't make Shador look so good. Shador Sanders made Shador Sanders look good. Y'all ain't talk football, bro. Travis Henry only had 1,100 yards. Like, slap yourself. He ain't had no freaking 1,800 yards. Like, stop it. He only touchdowns.
And remember, Shador threw for 40 touchdowns.
40, bruh. 40.
40 burger.
Like,
Lan, what are your thoughts on this, man, before you go out again?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like this a blessing in disguise. I won't say it's the best thing for him, but it's a blessing in disguise. I feel like you're gonna get the greatest Shador you ever seen as a product of this. That's all I'm gonna say. I think he's gonna go crazy now.
And it only cost you a 5th round pick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you this right now. Nobody cares where they got drafted as soon as the pass come on. Nobody cares. The only time you carry your draft stock is from April 26th to April 30th. That's it. Like, once you put a jersey on, they don't even see draft picks no more. They see quarterback 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it real. Somebody says Dak and CD went to Shador party. I mean, they were in Texas. It was in Canton, Texas. So, I mean, it makes sense. He's not going to have to say anything. All he got to do is outbeat them all. Facts, Willie. Shador ain't got to say nothing. All he got to do is go out there and beat him. So Joe Flacco starts, and they have 4 more quarterbacks on the roster. Facts. They're going to cut one of them. We will get him with Brian and Dak's contract up. I doubt the Browns start him. I believe the Browns are going to start him. I think he'll start himself. May not be beginning of the season, but toward the end of the year, I think and you got to see it like this. The Browns have no reason for you to go to Cleveland Browns games other than you to go see Shador Sanders. So from a business standpoint, he's that number 2 jersey is going to be their high saved jersey. And think about this. All them people that had Johnny Manziel jerseys, all they're going to do is pop them out. You know what I'm saying? He said Hunter had 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns. Yes, 16 is not half of 40. What are you talking about? And 1,300 yards is not half of 5,000. So, yeah, he didn't make anybody. You take that 16 and that 1,000 away, he still had a really good season.
And it's crazy that we're
And also remember, Hunter had defensive touchdowns.
And it's crazy we're out here disputing what the wide. Because listen, at the end of the day, he didn't throw the football to himself. It doesn't matter if he had any kind of production. He didn't throw the football to himself. Like he wasn't gonna get that kind of production from a sorry ass quarterback. He wouldn't be able to get him the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And then who are you gonna be throwing to in Cleveland? Like the same people that the other quarterbacks gonna be throwing to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Webster had 931, Shepard had 621, Horn had 441, and two other guys had over 200. So everybody was over there eating.
Like he spread the ball out very well. You know what I'm saying? Shador gets more hate than Dak, and he ain't even played a snap yet. Facts.
And we know the Dak hate is Cowboy related. If he had went to the Cleveland Browns, or the Ravens or a different team, they would love Dak Prescott.
Bro, listen to me. You know, a lot of people didn't even like Deion Sanders because of the whole baseball thing. Like there were GMs that said that Deion was disrespecting the game of football by playing football and Major League Baseball on the same day. You know what Deion did? He went out there and scored a touchdown in the first game and then hit a home run in the second game. That's what he did. That's all he did. Like, bro, people be set in their ways. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of older 75, 80-year-old billionaires trying to get some 22-year-old dude to be humble to them. Get the hell out of here, bro. I ain't going to be humble. I'm going to be who I am, bro. If I'm that dude, I'm going to be that dude. And if I don't match, then I don't match. But, I mean, at some point, the quarterback position, you're going to – think about this. Remember when Dak used to be this old choir boy wearing bow ties, talking about faith and all this other stuff? Man, Dak threw that away real quick, man. That ain't getting me nowhere. I'm going to be that nigga and get a whole bunch of tattoos. That's what Dak said. He didn't say that, but that's what he did.
Man, what else y'all want to touch on before we get out of here, man?
You know, I ain't been on here forever, so I can go for I ain't been on in 2 weeks, almost a month. So I'm goosey right now.
Land, what you want to talk about, man? If you're alive, hello.
Oh, he said folks don't like it when you are a law-abiding, confident citizen that are really good at football. I'm gonna be honest with you, they don't. I'm going to tell you, confidence scares a lot of people because more people in the world are not confident. That's why confidence is such a commodity. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't have it. Like, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Even people that are good don't have it. He says it wasn't all about racism. Certainly it wasn't ingredient. No, it was not. It had nothing to do with racism. Slap yourself. Y'all need to stop. Every time a black dude get taken advantage, racism. No, racism is when first off, Google the word racism. Because y'all just be saying throwing racism around like it's racism. Like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Is it racist for me to say, hey man, if I see a Mexican dude with a bald head and tattoos, I'm crossing the street? That ain't racism, nigga. That's smart. Hell you mean? I'm from California. Southern California to be exact. What is you talking about? That's called being a product of your environment. That ain't racist. That's life, bruh. I don't think it had anything to do with race. I don't think it had anything to do with race. At this point, there was a gang of black kids drafted. There was a black quarterback drafted first all around. No, race had nothing to do with it. It had to do with what the NFL owners want. They want a guy that they can control. I'm gonna just be honest with you. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. You know, his daddy's influence probably didn't help. Because I think there are still people that don't like Deion Sanders. I'm keeping it real. Just because people praise you don't mean they love you. Like, you know what I mean? And that's a bar. That's for somebody if you ain't never heard that. You know what I'm saying? If you needed that. You know what I'm saying? Just because people praise you don't mean they love you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody praised Deion, but I don't think a lot of people liked him in the NFL. Why? Because he's very confident. Like, they didn't like Deion. They didn't like all the dancing. They used to flag Deion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know twice. No, we ain't gonna win. You know, I'm black too, so you know I have no problem calling out racism, but I don't believe it's racism because all them white owners all drafted black kids before they drafted him. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, Land, you back?
I guess momentarily, my connection is telling me right now.
Don't feel bad. My shit been going in and out too, man. I was asking if you had anything else you wanted to talk about while we was on here.
Somebody said he said he was the worst interview ever. Is a piece of. Honestly, he might have been. He might have been a bad interview, but I don't give a damn. As long as he didn't come to the interview smelling like weed, what's the problem, man? What's the problem? Like, this is the thing. Listen to me. I'm gonna put y'all. Bring your ear a little close. Bring your ear close. Listen to me. The interviews are not even supposed to matter, bruh. If you're interviewing somebody, it's not even. This is a performance-based company. This is not an office manager job where your interview actually matters. Bro, when has an interview ever mattered? You're going to tell me that Shador Sanders is the only kid to bomb an interview? Bro, these dudes have never went on job interviews before in their life. They're football players. So who actually coached him up on, this is what you say when he say this? Think about this. Deion Sanders, when he went on his interview, you know what he told the Giants? He told the Giants, I'm not going to go interview with you. Why? Because I won't be available when it's time for you to get picked. That's what Deion Sanders told the New York Giants. Eli Manning got drafted by one team, said, man, F y'all, I won't play. And refused to play. Told him he wouldn't draft him. Nobody had a problem with it. This dude, think about this. Shador could have went anywhere to college. You know what he did? He humbly went somewhere with his dad. Y'all don't give him no credit for that? Like, bro, he went and played at a black college, university, for his dad. Bro, he could have went anywhere. If anything, you know what that lets me know? That even at an age of 23 years old, this man is humble enough to allow his dad to influence him still. Bro, I want my son to be Shador. What are you talking about? I pray my son is like Shador. Bro, the last thing Shador said in his interview was, man, they hating on my dad. This is part of the, bro, man, I want that kid. I want him. I want my kids to be, well, the world ain't gonna accept everything you do anyway. You know what I mean? This is how life go.
I feel you. But yeah, man, we've been rocking for an hour and a half. I need to go eat, do some other things, spend some time with the family. You got any closing thoughts you want to add West Coast to me before we get out of here, my brother?
I mean, never look down because the stars up, please. Hey, I know I've been saying that Perkins from the Steelers, Cowboys do that. I'm John. That's dope. I ain't gonna lie. That boy nice.
That boy nasty. That would be a great receiver. If we talk about like trades, for me, it's Pickens or it's Jameson Williams. Now, the reason I like Jameson Williams is because he got over 1,000 yards with only 58 catches. So you know those are a bunch of explosive plays that he had to get that. Matter of fact, a lot of folks don't know this. The Lions, even though they're known as a run-heavy team, they had 2,000 yards wide receivers. But Jameson Williams was taking the top off when they went to that play action. That's kind of the dynamic I want. I don't want somebody I got to get 100 targets to. I just want somebody that's scoring touchdowns or going 50 yards when I do throwing the football.
Hey, in correction, Brian Smith, Eli Manning actually told the team to not draft him. That is a fact. And they drafted him. And that's a fact. He didn't say that after. He said that before he got drafted, he told an NFL team not to draft him because he wouldn't play for him. And they drafted him anyway. And what did he do? He said, I'm not going to play for you. I don't see how that was a problem. Nobody's a problem.
Indeed. But yeah, in the words of Wes, like he just said though, man, never look down because the stars up.